A look inside the world's most dangerous prisons. Welcome to our countdown of the top 5 most dangerous prisons in the world. From the unforgiving deserts of South America to the icy plains of Siberia, we will venture into places where rehabilitation gives way to a struggle for survival. In this video, we'll take you inside some of the most notorious and perilous correctional facilities on the planet. These are places where the line between order and chaos is razor thin, where every day is a test of human resilience in the face of unimaginable hardship. Prepare to be shocked, but also to be moved, as we uncover the stories that often remain hidden behind bars. La Sabaneta, anarchy, in the Venezuelan Gulag. This notorious prison is a microcosm of the chaos that has engulfed Venezuela. Our journey begins in Venezuela, a nation grappling with political turmoil and economic collapse. The country's infrastructure is crumbling, and its institutions are failing. Here, in the city of Maracaibo, lies La Sabaneta prison, a stark symbol of a justice system pushed to the brink. The prison stands as a testament to the country's broader struggles. Built to hold 15,000 inmates, La Sabaneta currently houses over 3 times that number. The overcrowding is suffocating, with inmates packed like sardines in tiny cells. The result is a chaotic and brutal microcosm of the struggles plaguing Venezuelan society. The lack of space and resources has turned the prison into a pressure cooker of violence and despair. Disease runs rampant through the overcrowded cells, with little to no access to medical care. Inmates suffer from untreated illnesses, and the spread of infectious diseases is a constant threat. Food and water are scarce, leading to constant tension and violent outbreaks. The basic necessities of life are hard to come by, and this scarcity fuels the fire of unrest. Within La Sabaneta's walls, gangs rule with an iron fist. These gangs have established a brutal hierarchy, and their power is absolute. Armed with makeshift weapons, they control the flow of drugs, food, and even life itself. The gang's control extends to every aspect of prison life, making survival a daily struggle. The guards, often outnumbered and outgunned, struggle to maintain even a semblance of order. Their authority is constantly challenged, and their lives are perpetually at risk. In 1994, a riot erupted within La Sabaneta, leaving over 100 inmates dead. This tragic event highlighted the extreme volatility and danger within the prison walls. It was a chilling reminder of the volatility simmering just beneath the surface of this overcrowded prison. The tension is palpable, and violence can erupt at any moment. Despite attempts at reform, La Sabaneta remains a place where human life is cheap and survival is a daily battle. The harsh realities of life here are a stark contrast to the outside world, and the struggle for survival is unending. Black Dolphin, Russia's Alcatraz. We travel now to the icy plains of Siberia, where temperatures can plummet to -50 degrees Celsius. This harsh, unforgiving climate mirrors the conditions inside one of the world's most notorious prisons. Here, on the banks of the Kazakh border, lies Black Dolphin Prison, Russia's most secure penal colony. The prison's remote location adds to its inaccessibility, making escape virtually impossible. Named for the statue at its entrance, crafted by the prisoners themselves, Black Dolphin houses the country's most dangerous criminals, serial killers, terrorists, and those deemed irredeemable by the state. The statue stands as a grim reminder of the fate that awaits those who cross its threshold. Security at Black Dolphin is draconian. Inmates are kept in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day, their cells illuminated by dim lights that never switch off. This perpetual twilight blurs the lines between day and night, adding to the psychological torment. When they are allowed out, they are bent over at the waist, their hands gripped by guards, their movements restricted to a shuffling walk. This dehumanizing treatment is designed to prevent any possibility of rebellion or escape. Every inch of the prison is monitored by CCTV cameras, and armed guards patrol the perimeter relentlessly. The surveillance is so thorough that not a single corner of the prison is left unobserved. Black Dolphin is a place designed to break the human spirit. The isolation, the constant surveillance, the lack of any meaningful human contact, all contribute to an atmosphere of despair. The psychological strain is immense, with many inmates struggling to maintain their sanity. Yet even here, stories of resilience emerge. Some prisoners find solace in religion, others in art or literature, clinging to any shred of hope in this unforgiving environment. These small acts of defiance against the crushing weight of their circumstances are a testament to the enduring human spirit. In the prison library, a few inmates immerse themselves in books, finding temporary escape in the pages of literature. Others turn to drawing or painting, using art as a means to express their inner turmoil and fleeting moments of peace. The prison chapel becomes a sanctuary for those seeking spiritual solace. Here, amidst the cold stone walls, they find a semblance of community and a connection to something greater than themselves. In these brief moments of human connection, whether through shared faith or creative expression, the inmates of Black Dolphin find ways to endure, to survive, and to hold on to their humanity in the face of overwhelming adversity. Chapter 3. Gitarama, a living hell in Rwanda. Our journey takes us now to the heart of Africa, to Rwanda, a nation still haunted by the ghosts of genocide. The scars of the 1994 genocide, where nearly 1 million people were brutally murdered, are still fresh in the collective memory of its people. Here, in the town of Gitarama, lies a prison that stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the devastating consequences of unchecked violence. This prison, Gitarama Central Prison, is infamous for its inhumane conditions and overcrowding. Gitarama Central Prison was built to hold 400 inmates. However, the reality is far grimmer. Today, it houses over 7,000. This extreme overcrowding has turned the prison into a living hell for its inmates. The conditions inside Gitarama are nothing short of horrific. Inmates queue for hours just to receive a meager portion of food. The stench of human waste permeates the air, a suffocating reminder of the lack of basic sanitation. Toilets are virtually non-existent, and inmates are forced to live in their own filth. Inmates are crammed into overcrowded cells, often forced to stand for hours on end due to lack of space. The lack of personal space leads to constant tension and conflict. Disease is rampant, and with minimal medical care, many succumb to treatable illnesses. The prison's medical facilities are woefully inadequate, lacking even the most basic supplies. Food is scarce, and what little there is often rotten or infested with insects. Malnutrition is a serious issue, weakening the inmates and making them more susceptible to disease. The struggle for survival is constant, and violence, fueled by desperation and hunger, is a daily occurrence. Inmates often fight over the limited resources, leading to injuries and even deaths. Gitarama is a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the challenges faced by a nation struggling to rebuild. Rwanda's journey towards recovery is ongoing, and the conditions in Gitarama highlight the urgent need for reform and humanitarian aid. Chapter 4. ADX Florence Supermax, America's toughest prison. We turn our attention now to the United States, a nation with the highest incarceration rate in the world. In the desolate plains of Colorado stands ADX Florence, a supermax prison known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies. This is where America sends its most dangerous criminals, those deemed too high risk for even a maximum security facility. ADX Florence is a fortress of concrete and steel, designed to prevent any possibility of escape. Inmates spend 23 hours a day locked in solitary confinement. Their only window to the outside world, a narrow slit in the concrete wall. Communication with the outside world is strictly limited, and contact with other inmates is virtually non-existent. The prison houses some of the most infamous criminals in American history, including terrorists, mob bosses, and domestic terrorists. Critics argue that the conditions in ADX Florence amount to torture, citing the psychological damage inflicted by prolonged solitary confinement. Yet, for the authorities, it remains a necessary evil, a last resort for those who pose an extreme threat to society. Chapter 5. Camp 22. North Korea's Shadow of Silence. Our final destination takes us to North Korea, one of the most isolated and secretive nations on Earth. Shrouded in mystery and hidden from the eyes of the world lies Camp 22, a political prison camp that has been described as a living hell. For decades, stories of unimaginable cruelty have filtered out of Camp 22, painting a chilling picture of life inside this notorious gulag. Former prisoners, those who managed to escape the camp's clutches, speak of starvation, torture, and forced labor. Families are often imprisoned together, with children born within the camp's fences destined for a life of hardship and oppression. The North Korean government denies the existence of Camp 22, but satellite images and eyewitness accounts tell a different story. Camp 22 is a chilling reminder of the human cost of totalitarianism, a place where the most basic human rights are routinely violated. It is a stark reminder that even in the 21st century, the capacity for cruelty and oppression remains a terrifying reality. Outro Beyond the Bars, a call for humanity. Thank you for watching our countdown of the top 5 most dangerous prisons in the world. These institutions, though vastly different in their locations and methods, serve as stark reminders of the challenges and complexities of the global penal system. They force us to confront uncomfortable truths about crime, punishment, and the very nature of humanity. While these prisons may seem worlds away, the stories they hold are a reflection of our own societies. They challenge us to consider the purpose of incarceration, the balance between punishment and rehabilitation, and the importance of human rights, even within the confines of prison walls. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more informative videos.